Hello everybody, welcome back to Hakuoki. I am extremely defeated by this game. Oh my god. So, if you recall from the last episode, at the very end of it, I accidentally reloaded a quick save without saving, so I had to click back through all that shenanigan. And I'm not sure if we got back to exactly where we were. I know this is definitely before that. I know we're not missing anything. I just don't know this is exactly the exact spot we were in. Also, I tried recording this episode already once, and I mistakenly pushed the space bar trying to get the text to continue on. However, I was not clicked in Hakuoki. The spacebar doesn't even work that way. You use the enter button. And the spacebar, it ended my recording. So I recorded for 30 minutes and only had like about a minute of video to show for it. So we're gonna try this again. And I swear to God, if it doesn't work, I will have no choice but to try again. Because I don't give up. Hooah. Okay, what was that? You're refusing to help the Shinsengumi protectors of Kyoto's safety? No, I would never do such a thing. Oh. On one hand, I like the voice acting. On the other hand, I wonder if I should turn it off because it makes this go extra slowly, but whatever. Don't care. It's fine. Probably. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take you to the headquarters. You must be a Ronin sympathizer, and I'm gonna take you back and make you spill your guts. Oh boy. Sorry. If you can't tell, I'm not in a reading mood. I'm kind of just reading it. I feel disappointed at myself. No! Feeling real awkward now. Oh no! I was sick to my stomach hearing him. Just when I was about to speak out, someone placed their hand on my shoulder. Shh, don't. A girl should not get involved in such a dangerous situation. This man will not hesitate to hurt you, and it will be grave. This infuriates me. This mysterious samurai whispered gently into my ear, but I became completely distracted by his perfectly sculpted facial features. Cause you dumb fucking bitch. What she should be doing is hooting and hollering at that man, because he already knows that she is important enough to be on the Shinsengumi headquarters property for no reason that concerns him. He should already know. So, like, if he hurts her, obviously bad things will happen to him. So she should be hooting and hollering and not get anybody else involved. Just saying. Regardless of how pretty the other person looks. His skin looked incredibly fair and soft, and he was almost as gorgeous as Hijikata. For a second, I thought he was an actor. He was dressed in expensive, exotic-looking fabrics, leading me to believe he was famous. He just calls himself Oni-san. Don't worry, just leave this to me. The softness of his voice enveloped me in a great calm, and I sat back down to let him proceed. You dumb bitch! Whatever. Fuck her. But I hoped he'd be okay. Takeda was massive, and his short temper seemed like a recipe for disaster if anyone crossed him. I can't imagine dealing with such a violent soul. Excuse me, may I say something? You're with the Shinsengumi, right? Takeda turned to face this man, staring in disbelief that someone would approach him in such a manner. So, what is it to you? Had to be my turn closer. The owner of the shop clearly stated he isn't allowing any imperial extremists to solicit here. So, with what charges do you intend on taking him back to your headquarters? What? How dare you question me like this? You're one of those imperial extremists, aren't you? I should have known you'd turn up eventually. The mysterious samurai smiled coolly, and he responded calmly. So just because I question you, I'm an extremist. I guess a fair investigation is out of the question. Well, you are preventing me from inflicting justice, which is proof enough. Very well then. If you're going to escalate, I wouldn't want to upset the lady here. Would you mind handling our business outside? Feel all sassy. Yawn. You sound afraid of getting your pretty face all bloodied up. Not surprising. Which is funny though, because I feel like he's at least as pretty. This Takeda guy versus the Ronin? Or samurai? He was a samurai, right? Are they the same thing? They're not, right? Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Purple hair boy is at least as pretty as green shirt dude. Just saying. Takeda huffed smugly to himself and waddled out of the store to challenge the samurai. Okay, samurai is the correct term. Takeda's smirk remained on his face as the two met each other outside of the store. He assumed an offensive stance and then reached for his katana to threaten him. Or not. It's so funny. It's just somebody gets close to you, just no. Huh? As soon as Takeda moved his hand to unsheath, the samurai intercepted to cover the sword's mouth. Let go, or else I will. Oh, don't tell me you really thought you were going to draw your sword. Were you? If you were, then things between you and me are going to get serious. And I'm not sure you're ready for things to get serious. Are you guys ready for things to get serious? Huh? The samurai possessed a duality. One side was a soft-spoken gentleman, the other side a warrior. Takeda sensed this duality as well, because after the samurai made his claim, he made no movement. Before we knew it, people gathered around the store, murmuring amongst themselves and echoing the general sentiment of confusion and wonder. The Mibu wolves are having a duel? Are they causing trouble again? Such murmurs caught my ear as I looked ahead. Seems like you were... Oh, okay, sorry. Seems like we're drawing some attention. Do you still plan on drawing your sword? The samurai seemed to already know the answer. It's the same as a grunt, I guess. If I saw a grunt, I would think more like or not like But okay. Different places. Different gruntings? Question mark? Takeda began to grit his teeth angrily, and he gruffly shook off the samurai's hand. I never forget a face, you bastard. I'll make sure you live to regret this day. His face was flushed with red, and he swiftly exited and disappeared from the store. As the tensions deflated, I exhaled in relief that things didn't come to violence. Whew, glad that's over. That could have become ugly. Wait, isn't she supposed to be dressing as a boy? Like, everybody was like, oh, she's totally a boy, but this one guy somehow knows that she's a girl? But everybody else was so confused and fooled to the point that they were like, die like a man! I find that aggravating, honestly. Like, I guess what I shouldn't have expected a good story. Usually, I feel like otomes just don't have... They're not so story focused. It's more like young adult literature. It's... how do I say this? It doesn't have to be good. You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't know. Sorry, I tried. That could have become ugly. Let's go back inside and check on our friend. Were you okay? Yes, that was nothing. I'm so glad. Why are you willing to risk your life against that man? You didn't have to stop me back there. Because my presence would have totally solved everything, like not being sarcastic or anything. Definitely, probably, would have worked. The samurai slightly paused, then answered timidly. You reminded me of someone from my past. I was perplexed. Me? The pauses between some of the sentences are super aggravating because I'm like, are you done? Okay, you're done. And I go to speak and they're not done. Whatever. It's fine. Yes. You even blushed like her. He studied my face carefully, his eyes dotting up and down my small face. Ugh. Although I liked the attention, I still had no clue who this person was or where he was from. I'm sorry. I think you've mistaken me for someone else. I bowed lightly to him, and he looked a little taken aback. This is weird. Okay, so based on the text, it was like, you remind me of somebody I know. Cool. But then she's like, you've mistaken me. So that further implies that he was like, you not only remind me of somebody I know, I think you're that somebody that I know. But that isn't what he said. So it's just kind of confusing. I've already read through this part, but like, I just want to further express my feelings on it. Because, I don't know, it's an odd exchange based on English standards. Perhaps it's not so odd in the original intended Japanese. But, shrug. Did I already read that? I probably did. Or not. Whatever, I probably did. It's fine. Please, let's return to the tea shop. Your tea and snacks must be ruined by now. I don't see how. It's been like 10 minutes max. And like, I don't know. Like, yeah, okay, the tea probably cooled down, and so did the snacks if they were warm, or whatever. Doesn't make them ruined or inedible. Pfft, whatever. The samurai's kind demeanor was nearly impossible to resist, drawing me to return to the store as if I'd caught the scent of the city's sweetest bun. Well, you're supposed to stay in the store anyways, so it doesn't matter whether this guy wanted you to go back in the store with him or not. You should go back into the store. Okay. Upon entering, the tea shop owner smiled and brought us freshly brewed tea.
もしかしてわざわざ入れ直してくれたんですか？しかも羊羹まで。
Ah, was it you who poured our fresh tea? There's even some sweet bean jelly here. That's just really weird, because in the narration, he like brought over some tea, but why would he be like, oh, you did this? Right? I don't know. Sitting beside our tea was a neatly arranged platter of sweet bean jelly. Yes, thank you so much for helping me. You've saved me. Oh, please. I didn't do anything to deserve such kindness.
でもありがとうございます。僕甘いもの大好きなんです。
Thank you so much, though. I love sweets. The pleasure is mine. Don't be shy. Have as much as you'd like. Take your time. The owner seemed to bow after every sentence, and then returned to tend to his counter. What a generous gesture. Would you like some of my sweet bean jelly? Oh, no. I think the owner means for you to eat all of this. If you say so. Time to dig in. He cut the sweet bean jelly into elegantly sliced halves, and he expressed delight after each bite. In my experience so far, Samurai didn't ever seem to smile often, but every time he took a bite, he grinned like a child, smiling as if he was the happiest person alive. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch, maybe, to guess that he and I were close in age. As this thought came to mind, I could still hear customers murmuring, whispering amongst themselves and to each other. Did that samurai scare away the Mibu wolf? Looks like it. Maybe there are some good samurai after all, huh? He can't be a samurai. He's too handsome. He's got some quick hands, though. That's really stupid. That's a stupid thing to say, but okay. The samurai seemed to overhear their discussion, timidly retreating from his initial enthusiasm. As soon as he finished drinking his tea... Please excuse me. Yawn. It's time for me to pay my tab. He rushed to get up, but not before slipping me some last words. I'll be on my way now. Please do be careful and try to avoid trouble, okay? Oh. The samurai fled the store, almost like a dream, whispering around one's mind after awakening. He almost gave me no opportunity to thank him properly for earlier. I rushed after the samurai. Wait! I chased after him, yelling to catch his attention. Is something the matter? Thank you so much for earlier. You saved me. Literally, You did not need saving. Your life was basically guaranteed to be fine. I didn't do anything to warrant a thanks. He turned away from me, stopping to gaze at the clouds swirling above us.
新選組は随分評判が悪いみたいですね。
However, it seems like the Shinsengumi's name is dragged through the dirt.
さっきのようなことをしてたら仕方がないのかもしれないけど。
If today's incident is any indication, then I can't blame people for having their reservations. Well, what should I say? Ooh, I don't think I got this far. Maybe I only recorded for 15 to 20 minutes before I realized the recording wasn't going well. Still sucks that that happened, but a lot less sucky, right? Apologize about Takeda. Explain the situation. What situation? Why would you apologize about Takeda? What? Okay. Culturally, I suppose it's in the nature to apologize for closely related people. Other people who are closely related to you in some way or another, doesn't matter which way, apologize on their behalf. It seems like something that happens often, right? Whereas explaining the situation seems a bit odd as well. But he knows we're a lady. I guess I'll just explain to see what she had to say. It's not as if I know the men of the Shinsengumi better than anyone else. I don't think all the Shinsengumi men would ever behave like that other man did. He was just plain cruel. I'm sure you understand better than anyone, but out of all the warriors in the city, there are bound to be the rotten eggs in the bunch.
知ってます。僕もあの人が新選組を代表してるとは思ってないですから。
I know, but I don't think that man represents the Shinsengumi at all. There was a pause in our conversation, and the wind whistled softly in the background. Samurai didn't break his concentration, staring intently into my face, which is fucking creepy. I don't know why he's doing that, but okay. His eyes seemed to be searching for something, perhaps a faint glimmer of a long-lost memory. If only he could tell me what seemed to be on the tip of his tongue, but he shut his eyes and turned.
それでは僕はそろそろ行きますね。
Well, I'll be on my way now. Oh, sorry for stopping you.
気にしないでください。会えて嬉しかったよ。
That's fucking creepy. He knows us by name. That's fucking creepy. That is creepy. Creepy, 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 creepy. So, I guess it was not a case of mistaken identity. He knows us for a fact. We've just forgotten about him, which is fucked up. I was just thinking about that earlier, how it's nice to talk to people on the internet, because you can't forget their name. They all have a name tag. That's weird. Don't worry about it. I'm glad I got to see you, Chizuru. Huh? How did he know my name? Who was this man? The samurai turned his back to me and departed. He wasn't familiar to me. Was I to him? I didn't have much time to consider what any of this meant because Hijikata returned shortly after.
少し待たせちまったな。どうだ、コードさんの情報は何かあったか？
Did it make you wait for long? How was it? Did you obtain any information on Kodo? Hijikata. I quietly shook my head in response.
まあ、そう簡単に足取りがつかめるわけはねえ。気にするな。
I see. Well, it's not like people around here are willing to talk easily. Don't think much of it. Okay, that was kind of nice. As we walked back towards the headquarters, I filled Hijikiti. I filled Hijikata in on the earlier proceedings.
武田がそんな真似を
Takeda did what? Somehow he was able to contain a palpable rage without lashing out at me.
今日見たことは誰にも話すな。お前の面倒を見ている幹部大使たちに。
Don't tell anyone what you saw today. I mean no one. Not even the captains to whom I know you confide. Do I make myself clear? His voice was stern and I quietly
言わなく
nodded.
ても分かってるとは思うが、事情を知らねえ大使には決して気を許すんじゃないぞ。
This doesn't need to be said, but don't ever let your guard down, especially in front of people you do not
新
recognize.
選組も一枚岩じゃねえ。特に武田の野郎はお前の事情を知らされていねえから。
The Shinsengumi has to protect its secrets, sometimes even from its own members. Most of all from that buffoon Takeda, who knows nothing. I understand. Once Hijikata was convinced of my understanding, he probed more questions.
で、お前を助けてくれたその侍っつうのはどこの誰だったの？
You mentioned a mysterious samurai came to your aid. Please elaborate. Oh, I forgot to ask his name.
それじゃ例のしようもねえじゃねえか。
What? How the hell am I supposed to thank him? I don't know. It all happened so fast.
まあいい。どこかで見かけたら今度こそ名前を聞いておけ。
Well, fine. If you happen to cross his paths again, be sure to ask him for his name. He curtly muttered and left me with his last thought.
親父さんのことは残念だった。斎藤か新八たちが何か手がかりをつかんでくれた。
Despite everything, I'm sorry to hear no news of your father came to light. Hopefully Saito or Shinpachi had better luck than you. Yes, hopefully. Yes, I'd forgotten that I'd accomplished nothing I wanted to today. We rushed back to the base. Once back at headquarters, we discovered the sighting of my father at Torada Inn was false, crushing the sliver of happiness I'd held on to. Sad face. Oh, I got an achievement. Nice. Called Take a Page Out of My Book. I don't know what that means. Oh, July? It's already July? Jeez. Oh, chapter 2. What? When did that happen? Was I not paying attention, or is that a new thing? Also, bloody face? Question mark? I have so many questions. I think this is a good time to stop. It's a little bit early, but it just seems like a very natural stopping point. So thank you everybody for coming out and playing with me. I had a ton of fun, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!